What's up, Toxie fam? Get ready to dive into the hottest headlines with us. We're kicking things off with a bombshell from the wrestling world as John Cena SR is not holding back his opinions on his son's recent WrestlePalooza match against Brock Lesnar. Was it a squash? Did it serve the business? His father has thoughts. But the critiques don't stop there. John Cena SR is also weighing in on John Cena's recent heel turn, dissecting what went wrong and why it might have been a missed opportunity in the grand scheme of his farewell tour. And speaking of Cena's farewell tour, the speculation is reaching a fever pitch. Who will step into the ring for John Cena's final match? We're breaking down the top contenders, from grizzled veterans to rising stars, and it looks like Cena himself might have just dropped a massive hint about his dream opponent with a cryptic social media post. Could this post be the key to unlocking a legendary final showdown? We've got all the details and the inside scoop you won't find anywhere else. Make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is on so you don't miss any of our breaking news. Subscribe now. John Cena SR calls son's WrestlePalooza match a squash. WWE's first PLE under the ESPN era, WrestlePalooza, kicked off with a highly anticipated match between John Cena and Brock Lesnar. However, the bout has drawn significant criticism, not just from fans and critics, but also from a very familiar source, John Cena SR, the father of the wrestling icon himself. In a candid interview on Unscripted with Dr. Chris Featherstone, Cena SR didn't mince words, describing the match as a squash and expressing disappointment with how it unfolded. He felt the booking didn't serve the business well, particularly noting the lack of outside interference that could have potentially set up Cena's next feud, instead of a series of F5s. Cena SR emphasized that Brock Lesnar doesn't need the rub from such a match, and with John Cena on his way out, a smarter approach would have been to build towards future storylines. He even pointed to young fans crying in the audience as evidence of the match's negative impact, stating, "When I saw those kids crying, that is not the way you want to have business go." While he acknowledged Lesnar as a wonderful human being who took good care of his son, Cena SR questioned the logic of having Cena participate in such a one-sided contest during his farewell tour. The sentiment echoes broader fan disappointment, with ESPN awarding the show a C and calling it underwhelming. With Cena's next match against AJ Styles at Crown Jewel, Perth on the horizon, the hope is for a more satisfying conclusion. Don't go anywhere, because the wrestling world keeps spinning with more drama. Next, we're diving deep into why John Cena SR believes his son's recent heel turn was a major misstep. John Cena SR slams son's heel turn as destroyed storyline. The narrative surrounding John Cena's farewell tour has been a roller coaster, and his father, John Cena SR, believes a pivotal moment, his son's heel turn at the Elimination Chamber PLE, was mishandled. Speaking on Unscripted with Dr. Chris Featherstone, Cena SR called the idea of turning John Cena heel a great idea with significant shock factor. However, he lamented that the subsequent storyline was destroyed, rendering the turn non-essential. This disappointment stems from the fact that key figures involved in the initial angle, most notably Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, failed to materialize as expected. The turn, which saw Cena defeat CM Punk at Elimination Chamber, and then, after a stare-down with Cody Rhodes, deliver a low blow to Rhodes as The Rock accompanied him, ultimately led to Cena beating Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41. However, without The Rock's continued presence, the heel persona lost its steam, and Cena eventually dropped the title back to Rhodes at SummerSlam. Cena SR's critique highlights a recurring theme of missed opportunities during his son's final run. With Cena's retirement match looming, the focus now shifts to who will be his final opponent, with a match against AJ Styles at Crown Jewel, Perth already announced, and a final bout set for December 13th. But who should face John Cena in his grand finale? We're exploring the top contenders, and a surprising hint from Cena himself about a dream opponent. Who will face John Cena in his final WWE match? Top 5 options explored. As John Cena's illustrious WWE career nears its end on December 13th, the question on everyone's mind is, who will be his final opponent? WWE has been tight-lipped, but speculation is rampant, and several compelling options have emerged. While Cena's recent match against Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza was billed as a significant encounter, it ended in a decisive squash, leaving many to believe Lesnar himself could be a strong candidate for Cena's swansong, given their history and TKO's focus on marketability. Another top contender is Seth Rollins, currently the top heel in WWE and at the peak of his career. A match between Rollins and Cena would undoubtedly be a classic and could serve to elevate Rollins further, potentially passing the torch to future stars like Braun Breaker. Drew McIntyre also presents a strong case, having had compelling interactions with Cena previously and possessing the promo skills to build significant hype for a final showdown. Gunther, a dominant force who recently lost the World Heavyweight Championship, is another rumored possibility, with potential matchups at Survivor Series or even Crown Jewel if built correctly. Finally, there's Dominic Mysterio, a name Cena himself has expressed interest in facing. While perhaps not the biggest draw, a victory over Cena would be career-defining for Mysterio. The landscape is shifting, and the choice of opponent will undoubtedly shape the lasting memory of Cena's incredible career. And just when we thought we knew who Cena might face, a cryptic social media post has everyone talking. Could this be a sign of a dream opponent emerging from the shadows? John Cena's cryptic post hints at dream opponent amidst retirement buzz. With John Cena's WWE retirement date fast approaching, the search for his final opponent is intensifying. While Triple H has confirmed Cena will face AJ Styles at Crown Jewel, Perth as part of his farewell tour, the ultimate opponent for his final match on December 13th remains a mystery. However, a recent cryptic Instagram post by Cena himself has sent the wrestling world into a frenzy. Cena shared an old image of Edge, a legendary rival with whom he had numerous iconic feuds, wearing the WWE Championship. This has fueled speculation that Edge, whose real name is Adam Copeland and who currently wrestles for AEW under the ring name Cope, could be a surprise candidate for Cena's final bout. Adding fuel to the fire, Copeland recently stated on AEW Dynamite that he would be leaving the company, though the context of this announcement, whether a storyline or genuine, is unclear. Edge's contract with AEW is reportedly set to expire in 2025, and he has previously indicated retirement after that. A potential WWE return for a dream match against Cena, especially after Cena's Instagram post, is now a tantalizing possibility that fans have been clamoring for. This move could provide a monumental send-off for Cena, pitting him against one of his greatest rivals in a match that would undoubtedly create a lasting legacy. Stay tuned as we break down the biggest stories and bring you all the must-know updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. John Cena SR gave a scathing review of his son's WrestlePalooza match against Brock Lesnar, calling it a squash. Cena SR also criticized John Cena's heel turn, stating the storyline was destroyed. We've explored the top contenders for John Cena's final opponent, and a cryptic Instagram post from Cena himself hints at a dream match with Edge. You don't want to miss what's next here on Toxie. If you loved this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more exclusive content, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, follow us on all our social media platforms for behind-the-scenes action and bonus content. We'll see you in the next one.